Hey guys, how's it going? So, what's your motivation? Well, I kind of got thinking about this just this morning. Nothing really planned as usual, and thinking about motivation and what gets us going and everything. And I started digging a hole. Now, I'm not digging a hole for me to like bury myself in, but look at this, digging a hole. Because I had watched a YouTube clip by Mark from Self-Sufficient Me. He's a pretty cool guy, and he was demonstrating how he got rid of, tree trunks and stuff like that are in his backyard. And I was like, hey, I could do that. So I got kind of motivated into digging a hole. But it's the most unexpected things, I think, that, provide a lot of motivation for what you do. And it doesn't have to be a big thing to motivate you. It can just be a little thing. And I mean, talk about big and little things as in, big things that you do or even big things that motivate. It doesn't have to be like this big overarching thing to say, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. It could just be like, this is what I'm going to do today, or that's that task that I've been wanting to do for a while. And like I said, it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be huge. It just has to make sense to you as a point of motivation. And many people think, to actually be able to do what I do, which is wear rubber every day, it's a big, massive motivation, when it was really just a curiosity. And it started out as just sort of, I wonder if I could, how long can I? I'll just try it out. And now it's become a thing. So motivations, planting my garden, I've always wanted to really get my finger out and do it. And has the lockdown provided me motivation? In some parts, yes, but a lot of my friends doing it too, and not wanting to keep up with the Joneses, but wanting to have my own little sort of slice of my own little paradise, I guess, is what I'm getting at. And even just little things like chores and getting up early in the morning. Yeah, paycheck might be a big thing, but like I said, digging that root out, I don't have to do it, but it kind of inspired or motivated me to do it. And I guess that's what I guess you got to look at, what inspires and motivates you to do things, whether it's good or bad stuff. I mean, seriously, people can be motivated to do bad stuff. I'll give you an example, like dares and wanting to be a part of the club, or trying to keep up with a certain narrative that you've constructed about yourself or others or whatever. Motivates a lot of people to do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do, or people who are, well thought and considered wouldn't do. So I guess it's to say, what motivates you to do things, like different things, small things, big things, like, get up, weed the garden, plant a few plants, make a little oasis for yourself, or do a whole renovation, or change your whole lifestyle, and try and get into, kink and stuff like that. What was your motivation there? Why did it motivate you? Is it something you always wanted to try? Something different? And keeping in mind that what motivates you, or what causes you to do things, is not always necessarily a good thing. It can be a bad thing. It can be negative. There are some people, they get motivated by their own, I guess, ego, self-righteousness, wanting to keep up with appearances, and drugs and all sorts of other stuff. I don't know what goes on in their heads, and I'd prefer not to. Oh, back again. I was saying, there's a lot of people like that, and I don't agree with what they do, but they do what they do, and as long as they leave me and mine alone, that's fine. But if they keep harassing me and mine, or trying to influence me and mine into doing bad things and all that, I just, in some parts you feel sorry for them, because that's all they've got in their life is to harass and, keep up their own narrative. It's just sad, really. They're not getting on with life. So, what motivates you? Have you provided motivation for others, or try to motivate other people to do things? Do the right things by themselves and other people? Um, you know, and what things do you think you could do? Like, what's motivating you at the moment to do certain things, and what do you want to do? What things you think will get you going to do things that you always wanted to do, that will provide you motivation to do it? Yeah. Like, on the weekend, I was helping this gentleman, and I guess what motivated me there was compassion for them, because they were really struggling. They had like a cane and walking, and they were just really struggling, and I decided to help this person. Not for any fact that I was like looking around and saying there's no one else helping them at all, and I'm like, but dude, I mean, he's obviously struggling, and he's really, really struggling. So I said, look, where's your car? I'll take this for you. It takes like 1 or 2 minutes. With regards to being infected with corona and all sorts of other stuff, I said, the chances are this guy's been pretty much isolated because he can't hardly go anywhere. And aside from that, I'll go home and, disinfect and all that sort of stuff. I mean, has people's compassion or motivation for compassion gone out the window? I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave you to that. I've got to get chuffing and go to work. Bye, guys.